And Johnny, let's jump into the next thing we're going to talk about. I didn't say this earlier, but we're going back to our roots here, Johnny. What do we like doing here on the podcast? Do you remember?
Making shit up.
Not just making shit up. We like making... Sandwiches. And we're making a sandwich. A little DC Marvel sandwich for you today. It's a little weird that
the last one sort of... I guess it's more DC than anything.
It is DC because it's Suicide Squad.
It is, but I saw James Gunn.
And it's got a ton of... We'll get to that. It's got a ton of Marvel names in it as well. But we're making a DC sandwich with that nice Marvel meat in the middle. And we're getting to the meat. Before we do... Check out patreon.com/mostvaluedpodcast. That is how you help support us. Either the gold tier. And Johnny, guess what? Huge announcement. Breaking news on the Rick and Johnny podcast. We're going to have our first call-in. Pat gets to be the first call-in. It's taking
Should I not
years.
have done that one?
Go ahead. Hit the ham horn. Do everything
ham horn,
you
is that
want.
what that's called?
That's what it's called. The ham. That is basically the big news. So should
we get a ham horn?
We have to. I'll put it on this thing.
Okay.
Then
do it.
I'll do it. It'll make its first here. Let's see. It'll make its first appearance on the Rick and Johnny podcast. But Sean always likes to use the
fucking Rudy Gay, man. Shit.
Which in basketball actually means something. In this podcast, you're like, Ricky,
nothing.
That means
it sounds like
here.
gibberish to me when
exactly. But what we can
literally,
do,
I have no idea what he's saying.
What we can do is we can put
the ham horn on there.
Either ham horns, if you want a wubba lubba dub dub.
Well, then what do I do?
I can put it up. Well, that's why
basically
I
was saying you're replacing it.
But like,
you're replacing me.
If there's a catchphrase you can't do, we can put it on here and just hit the button. For example, on Superfans, their defensive coordinator is called Chuck Pagano. So I want the little sound thing of Otis from Heavy Machinery, WWE, going, Chucky, Chucky. Whenever we talk about Chuck Pagano, because his name's Chuck. But we could do that. We can have anything we want behind there. I don't know why we've never used it before. I just never thought about it. But patreon.com/mostvaluedpodcast. Pat, we can't wait to talk to you. He wants to talk Stranger Things next week. So that's what we're going to be doing. But you could be the second call into Rick and Johnny. Check out patreon.com/mostvaluedpodcast.
Use that instead of me humming the Star Wars.
But I like that. Oh, I didn't say that today. That's what I forgot to do. I got so excited about Batman.
Yeah, I know.
That I didn't tell the people what the podcast was.
No.
Yeah, they figured it out, right?
I mean,
what?
I'm not even sure how many new people we got so far. Exactly. So, I mean, most of you know what this podcast is about.
Exactly. But let's dive into the Marvel news where this is one that's been on the back burner a bit. I fucked up also.
Yeah, you did.
Because when I put this together, I totally forgot the big news this week of Hawkeye, where Hawkgirl, Haley Steinfeld is going to be Hawkgirl. We will talk about that next week. That'll be another topic. So see, we got 2 topics for next week. But boom, we're already moving. But this one has been on the back burner for about a week or two. Marvel What If series. This is coming to us, I want to say it's spring 2021.
No, man, that far away? Maybe.
Maybe. It's either 2020, 2021.
I'm buying it.
Plus.
I'm buying it in November, so what do I care? I'm going to have it at some point.
And we know this. Here's what we know so far. 23 episodes, 1 for each MCU movie, and there have been 6 that have already kind of been laid out that we know for sure are going to be part of that 23. We're going to go through those. Kind of a listy style. We'll go one after the other. I may jump around between the 3 that I've got. The other 3 I didn't put on the list, Johnny, because they're more of leading into the end of it of like, what would we want to see? It wasn't like an actual, like, this is what the episode's going to be.
Oh, so these are more so the other 3 are ones you want to see?
No, the other ones are, we know, like, for example, one of them will be Thor. But we don't know what exactly that episode's going to be about. We just know we're getting a Thor episode.
So we know the character that's going to be based
around. Or like Guardians of the Galaxy. We know we're getting 2 of those, but we don't know what it's going to be. And then the last one is, what is it?
You can't give it away now.
Guardians, Thor, and AntMan.
Okay.
We know we're getting 3 episodes with those characters. They just didn't give away a story. The first one I want to look at, though, is going to be our first episode. And it's actually number 2 on our little rundown sheet. What if Peggy Carter was Captain America? And in this episode, when we get the trailer, the one they showed at D23, we're actually going to see, if you haven't already, see Peggy Carter as Captain America, but it's not actually Captain America. It's more of like a Captain Britain style thing because she's British. Also, because Steve is not the super soldier, Howard Stark makes him a tank-like Iron Man suit.
So it's
that is
probably
kind of
sizable
like
to Ironmonger. Yeah.
Warmonger. Warmonger. And how it kind of looks is there's a still from the trailer where Cap in the suit is flying, kind of like Iron Man in the first Avenger, or Iron Man in the first Avenger movie. Not Avenger movie. The Iron Man movie, the first MCU movie.
Yeah.
Where he shot out of the Afghanistan cave. It's kind of like that, but Peggy's like perched on top of him with the fucking shield. What are your thoughts of your first what if, Peggy Carter, Captain America?
That's pretty cool. I think it's actually one of the original what ifs too. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's a pretty cool concept. I like that one.
I wonder what they're gonna do with.
Interesting to have Howard build the suit though.
Yeah, like
that's interesting.
Howard builds the suit. It's like then how would that, in my mind, how would that affect Iron Man? Because we technically would all like
the
Steve
suit would
then
be
become
thing.
Iron Man, right? He would just be Iron Man
in a sense. I don't know what they would call him, but also how would that like? Why would they need, for one? Why would they have Steve?
Because he's scrawny.
Yeah, but like, why would they have Steve? Because the reason
Peggy needs a sidekick, man.
Okay, but let me finish before you interrupt again.
I'm gonna let you finish.
No, because the point they picked Steve is because Dr. Erskine, I think it was pronounced, picked him because of his personality.
That's right. He's got the mind.
Yeah, well,
he's got the clear mind, the full heart.
He's got the mentality. Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's the heart more so than the mind.
He cannot lose.
Well, it's more so because he's a good person.
Yeah, I'm just Friday Night Lights-ing it on you.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, so it means nothing.
Yeah, but I mean, that to me is one thing of like, how does that affect Iron Man? Will they even show how it affects Iron Man in the future? Number two, how does Peggy being Captain, because she would then be Captain Britain.
So like that.
How does that affect the actual Captain Britain? Because we know there's a Captain Britain. We just haven't seen him.
Yeah.
I know they want to do a Captain Britain movie at one point. Also, fuck you for yawning, because as soon as you yawned, I wanted to yawn.
You're welcome.
But we know that's going to be episode 1. Peggy Carter, Captain America, scrawny Steve gets an Iron Man suit. Number 2, we'll go to Black Panther. Black Panther is Star-Lord. So in this episode, the way it's mapped out...
T'Challa, right?
Yeah, T'Challa.
I just want to make sure, because it's not...
T'Challa is Star-Lord. So in this what if, think of everything that happens to Peter.
Yeah, Peter. Right?
Where instead of Ego shacking up with Peter's mom, Ego shacks up with T'Challa's mom. The Ravengers come to take T'Challa, and the rest is history. The rest is T'Challa is Star-Lord and never becomes Black Panther. What do you think plays out in this one? Because this one's a two-pronger where, like, what happens to T'Challa, how does that affect his personality and Star-Lord's personality? But then what happens in fucking Wakanda?
He won't have that Wakanda, like, raising other than up to age 8, I believe it was, if we're going to go the same age and everything. You're going to have... Well, I'm going to start with just T'Challa. You're going to have him basically raised like Peter, so he's going to have more Peter Quill's mindset. He's not going to... I don't know when he was given the Black Panther I'm going to say serum, even though it's like a plant thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. When he was given that, so he might still have some of the Black Panther, because I don't know if it's a passed down trait. Like if Dad has it, it came to me through genetics. Well, then Dad wouldn't have it because Dad is Ego.
Dad is Ego, not T'Challa. And here's the thing
T'Chaka,
too,
right?
T'Chaka.
I think that's the father's name.
Here's the thing too. Is it a weird situation because she's the queen of Wakanda?
Yeah.
Is it? And this throws in a extra, because Peter was kind of lied to by his mom. Oh, your dad left us, or oh, your dad died. I can't remember.
I think
which
it
one
was
they went
your
with.
dad. No, she would always tell him Dad
up
yeah,
there.
Yeah. Peter's own mind was that it was like, what's his name? Famous actor.
Oh shoot, what's his name? Now I remember.
That
it's
was
starting
Peter
to click.
doing that to himself.
Yeah. But here's the thing with this one.
Hasselhoff.
But here's the thing with this one.
Yeah.
Ego gets his mom pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm the queen of Wakanda. I can't say this happened. T'Chaka's your dad.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm son of T'Chaka.
Either
I'm
they
going to be
live
the Black
lie,
Panther.
or it's like she hid him away for a while.
Oh.
It's going to be one of two things.
Oh. The mind has been blown, Johnny. That's how he... Instead of the Ravengers coming to... Because in fucking Guardians of the Galaxy, mom dies of cancer. Ravengers come to get him. What if... what if... His mom... I should fucking look up her name.
I don't remember her name either, to be fair.
His mom... Instead of, we'll go with the hideaway thing, what if they go that route? She goes to Ego before he leaves, I'm pregnant, what should I do? I cannot say, like, what do I do? They'll kill me if they know this happened. And that's where Ego says, I will send the Ravengers. And he sends the Ravengers to kind of like, hey, this kind of love child is going to be taken by the Ravengers. And he never knows about the Black Panther lineage at all.
Or that's the other thing I just thought about is like she goes, I'm pregnant. Well, doesn't mean it's not T'Chaka's per se.
Okay.
She can always fake it off as, no, this is your son.
I feel like that's the way they would go, but they could do an because the other side, the one that you just blew my mind with.
Yeah.
If they do the one where it's like, hey, I can't tell T'Chaka about this, hand it off to the Ravengers. Then we get a Black Panther, a T'Challa Star-Lord that has no influence of the Wakandan culture.
But we are actually focused. Yeah, he would have only like up to age 8.
It would literally be, what if T'Challa was Star-Lord?
Yeah, but then the other side of it is what happens to Wakanda?
Killmonger.
No, actually, I'm going to go with M'Baku.
Oh, good point.
Because Shuri would be the next in line. Mm-hmm. And Shuri's not going to be able to take on M'Baku.
Yeah, well...
When it comes to the ceremony?
Yeah, well, and plus you got to think about it. It would be like if Shuri grew up without a brother.
Yeah.
True. Like,
and yeah, she might be a better ward.
Then the king doesn't have a son.
Yeah, that too. But it's like... It would be like... How do I put this? Because he killed his brother, and Killmonger's been like doing his thing. Mm-hmm. So that's not even going to be a thing. Yeah. She probably would maybe become a better warrior, or she might just dive into her science even more. Mm-hmm. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
my side itches.
I mean, yeah, you're not going to have a Black Panther. Then you're going to have M'Baku taking up more of a role.
Yeah. And then I wonder if things play out the same way where when Killmonger comes back to take the throne, because the thing with these what ifs is they're set in the movie. So if the movie sets off on a similar path, but we're changing a couple things, mm-hmm. What would happen then when Killmonger comes back and has to fight M'Baku instead of T'Challa?
Well, that's the thing. Like if we were going to go with the timeline of the movie, mm-hmm. M'Baku challenged Black Panther, which M'Baku would probably challenge Shuri. Let me finish. Mm-hmm. And then the challenge would be over. If then Killmonger comes up, M'Baku,
your family, it's yours.
M'Baku could say, I already won this.
See,
you have not been here. You are not the heir. I'm not taking this from you.
See, but that's where I feel like Killmonger would take the throne, because all he would have to do is this is how the scene would work. He'd walk in, M'Baku, what are you doing? Like, you haven't been here. I don't care who you are. And he just goes, eh? Oh, shit. He of the royal family. Fuck. In the movie, it was, well, you're both part of this royal family. Yeah. I guess you got to fight for it. In this case, M'Baku would be like, well, shit, son. I got to bow down to you now.
He may or may not. I don't know. He might just say, no, I got the throne. It's mine.
I mean, he could, but I feel like in that sense, like the royal guard, or not the royal guard, like the inner circle of like the different tribes would be like, hey, this is how we fucking govern. You got to give it over to him, and then that's how it would be. I feel like Killmonger would eventually get to the throne.
Maybe. I just still think it would be I think it would be
I just want to see him
M'Baku.
see him fight. Okay.
No, I'm saying I think it'd be M'Baku would be on the throne because he'd already be like, hey, I beat Shuri. You have no claim to this.
Yeah.
Shuri was the one here to defend the Black Panther tribe.
So basically,
title.
what you're saying is M'Baku wouldn't be a little pussy like T'Challa was in the movie,
It's like, no, fuck you.
where it's like, no, this is my throne. Get off. And
Basically-
T'Challa wasn't a pussy. I just wanted to throw that in there. Get it?
meow,
Black cat.
'cause he's a cat, yeah.
Get it?
No,
Now
I
you're
think
getting it. Now
I think
you're getting it.
M'Baku would be more like, I already earned this title. I beat in trial.
Yeah.
You don't get this one.
Let's
Take him away.
Let's use this to. I'm gonna save the last one on our sheet for the very end.
Okay.
Let's segue this into. We know there's gonna be. I want to say they're saying the rumors are 2 Guardians episodes because one for each movie.
Yeah.
But we don't know what there'd be about. We don't know. Like the T'Challa one being Star-Lord is Black Panther.
Okay.
So we
Black
don't have to
Panther.
worry about that being Guardians. It's just that's the Black Panther movie. What would you want to see a what if with the Guardians? Because the big one that I've seen is what if Star-Lord gave into ego? And instead of fighting ego in the movie, gave into ego and became like ego's sidekick or basically transcended ego and became a bad guy.
That would be interesting if he they went the route, not the route that he just gave into ego, but he took the reins from ego.
Okay.
I would prefer to see that because if he just gave into ego, he would just like basically like ego said, well, I'm going to use you as a battery. That's what it would be. It would be I would want him to at that point surpass ego. No, this is my plan now, bitch.
And kind of take everything.
Take it over, yeah. Where ego goes like what, like
Because
basically,
then the Guardians then have to fight Star-Lord.
yeah, and ego doesn't know what the fuck to do.
Is there even a good what if for the first? I feel like here's the thing. I feel like with the Guardians one though, especially with the first one, like with the T'Challa becoming Star-Lord, aren't you already doing that?
I think it's almost like a crossover one where
Yeah.
it kind of takes out both.
So you think then there'll be what 22 episodes or ooh, that could be true because get this, then it could be
The one's Wakanda, the one is
it could be done 22 episodes for movies. And then 23 could be the last one we're going to talk about. I'm not going to say it because I want to keep it as a surprise. But like, because we know there's 23 episodes. And everyone's just assuming, 23, there's 23 movies.
one for each movie.
One for each movie. The Guardians one is just one where that's the thing I look at and I go, I don't know what you want to do here. Unless you go with and I kind of almost think this would be boring of, what if the roster was different? But it's like,
Yeah.
okay, what if the roster was different? Like whatever kind of a thing.
Let's see, what else could there be? So I'm trying to think what else played into it.
Or what if
What if Ronan destroyed Xandar?
good point. The power, or what if the Guardians didn't get the Power Stone, or the Power Stone,
Yeah.
which would play into him because that would affect Thanos. Maybe Thanos gets the Power Stone sooner.
Or maybe Ronan decides not to give it to him.
And then Thanos just takes it from him. Like, that's the thing that I hate about Thanos is, like, Thanos could walk into Ronan and just go, crush, give me. Exactly. Like,
His head.
in that first movie, it's just like, thuck, 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 thuck. He's basically like I'm going to run at you. Ping, 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 ping. And you're just bouncing off of him because he is so strong. And this is his movie. I'm going to then ask you, because is there anything with Guardians that you think, like, that you're, like, really passionate about that, like, yes, they should do this, what if?
I can't think of it right now.
Here's one you will
Trying
be.
to,
And
yeah.
I'm just going to give you the floor for this one because
Okay.
this is your baby. Thor.
So
They've got a couple movies to play
think
with.
there's one.
Many people are
Yeah, go ahead,
thinking, let me set this up. So
Yeah.
many people are thinking that I think Jane Foster is going to be in the episode. Many are thinking that, it's just going to be a what if to set up Jane Foster as Thor.
It could be.
Well, what if Jane Foster, like for the first Thor, what if Jane Foster was Thor? To get us, our minds and casual fans ready for Jane Foster to be Thor. I'm just going to give it to you. What would you do with the Thor what ifs?
That would be a decent one to go up. I'm just looking at the ones
Because that could be the first movie.
that could be like the setup to that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like looking at ones with Thor in it first. Like there's I'm actually have a list of a bunch of what ifs from Marvel's comics. There's what if Thor and the Avengers fought the gods.
Okay.
And I'm looking for any other Thor ones real quick because there's one I don't remember it was part of this, but it's not necessarily specifically Thor, but it does tie in. What if Thor battled Conan the Barbarian would be interesting.
Okay.
Who else? And I'll bring up my last one after I look through this. Yep, here it is. What if Loki had found Mjolnir? So basically, what if Loki wielded Mjolnir? That would be an interesting what if.
Would they do that with the Loki series coming out?
I mean, this is not really tied in with it, so yeah, why not? They have Tom Hiddleston coming back. May as well keep using him.
Good point. Good point.
It's like, hey, these what ifs have actually nothing to do with what's going on. It's non-canonical.
Would he then be Thor? Like it'd be like if Thor was Loki.
I guess
the
he would
power of Thor.
Power of Thor, or at least like everything except the lightning powers. Maybe I don't know. That would be interesting. Mm-hmm. Or like, what if it's after? Hey, Thor had Mjolnir for a little while. After the throw to Earth from Odin, Loki picked it up.
Yeah. So that could be your Thor: The Dark World one, or that could even be your first one. I don't know.
The first Thor.
Is there anything you could what if about Thor: The Dark World that would make it interesting? Yet again, another dig at Thor: The Dark World.
What if Malekith was an interesting villain? No.
What if we changed the villain of this movie? Let's just do that, huh? What if we just remake the movie?
What if? I don't know if that would really make it that much more interesting. What if Malekith had found the ether first? Mm-hmm. What if? What if Freya didn't die?
Okay.
What if? I don't know. I'm trying to think what you can do for Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, that's one that I'm like, what? Because like the last one, I got an easy one that maybe it probably won't be used because it might be too easy.
Yeah, well, just remember 23 of them now, which I guess this one that you might be, that's you have listed on there would be replacing any of the Spider-Man ones because we can't use him now.
No, I'm gonna get to him.
Okay,
I'm gonna get to him, because they can.
They can.
Remember last week.
As long as it's less than 30 minutes.
And they are going to be less than 30 minutes, yes.
Okay, then they can
Animated less than 30 minutes, so Spider-Man is fair game.
What if Spider-Man joins the...
Fantastic Four? I would love it. I would absolutely love it.
It also kick off the Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm. And you could do that. I don't know if that's how they would want to... basically... Oh, what's the word I'm using for? Introduce the Fantastic Four. But... For the last one, I will ask you this.
Okay.
Of what if for Thor 3, it's something as simple as, what if Hela didn't destroy Mjolnir? Or Mew Mew. What if she didn't destroy Mew Mew?
Interesting.
And how would that play into Thor then? It would change the rest of Thor Ragnarok because he then would not... His powers would not be unleashed.
Like they did?
Yeah, blossom's a good word. Blossom like they did. He may not have lost his eye. In Infinity War, he wouldn't have needed Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
Because that whole thing, like, he'd have Mjolnir. He wouldn't need a Stormbreaker. Could they do something like that? And it would then be like, hey, in Endgame, we don't have to go get a Mjolnir because we already have a Mjolnir. But then that changes the final battle because does then Cap wield the power of Thor because Thor does not have an axe. So Thor doesn't
have a second weapon.
Exactly. Like, could that be an interesting enough plot if they did one for Thor Ragnarok in that sense?
Could be. I would think so. It does a pretty decent chain down the line.
Mm-hmm. What's one here? Oh, the last one I forgot. AntMan. Is it just quantum realm? Like, what if Janet Van Dyne came out of the quantum realm sooner? What if instead of Van Dyne, it was Pym that got stuck in there?
Yeah, that's the one I was going to say.
Or is it just what if Hank Pym never stopped being Ant-Man? And instead of getting Paul Rudd, we get Hank Pym.
Maybe.
I'm sorry, Scott Lang.
Yeah,
I use the actor name.
What if I almost said Paul Rudd too. What if Scott Lang never became Ant-Man?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be, I don't know what else.
Yeah.
Or like that's basically the three what ifs. What if, I would say
I feel
two.
like what if they do for Ant-Man, they have to do it with the quantum realm because there's so much more you could do with the quantum realm in an animated series that you can't do in the movies. Like, it's cheaper.
Oh, are these animated series?
Yeah, they're animated.
Okay.
So this one's animated. So it's like you could do more.
More
it doesn't
things
cost as much.
Yeah.
To do more with the animated than in the movie. We probably didn't see a lot of the quantum realm.
Yeah. What if
because of
Scott
that.
Lang never became Ant-Man? What if
Yellow Jacket actually sold his weapons to like other villains?
Well, yeah. What if he actually was able to sell the suit?
Mm-hmm.
What if excuse me. What if like you said, Hank Pym was the one that caught in the quantum realm?
Mm-hmm.
What else was there that happened? What if Ghost killed Hank Pym?
Okay. Because you're trying to think of ones for 1 and 2. Because it wasn't specific of, was it Ant-Man or Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Exactly. I'm trying to think what else.
What if... Let me think. What if Ant-Man didn't get trapped in the quantum realm?
True.
And got
That's another
snapped
one.
away also?
He may not have gotten snapped away still. You don't know.
Good point.
We don't know if he would have gotten snapped or not.
I'm going to say no because I don't think the quantum realm
Saved
creates a bubble. I just think it's you just got...
True.
You were just in there.
True, because it made it... Well, no, because he only, like... For him, it was like 5 minutes, he said, or like 5 hours.
Yeah.
It was 5 years.
Yeah, but that's because he was in the quantum realm. I
Yeah.
feel like
So it
if
kind
he
of
got
like...
snapped away and was in the quantum realm, he would just come back in the quantum realm.
No, but the one thing I was thinking was like...
Quantum realm.
He was like... The one thing I'm thinking is that maybe it does because it almost like transcends space and time. Because like that's how they used it to time travel.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
You're saying he would be safe.
He's almost like out... Like, here's where time and space is, and he's like... Right
so it
outside
doesn't
of
affect him is what you're saying.
It doesn't touch him.
Okay.
But even so, he may not have gotten snapped away anyways.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you can still play off of that fact. It's like, yeah, he still didn't get snapped away, guys.
What about... And here's the last one. They teased it. It was in the trailer. What's your reaction to Marvel Zombies?
Fuck yes.
And the teaser is we saw a Cap zombie.
Fuck yes.
So I'm assuming that's going to be the series finale. Is just Marvel Zombies.
That'd be cool. I want to see that because I've seen
They've done it in the comics.
bits and pieces of Marvel Zombies comics, but I haven't actually read them. But I think it would be a cool storyline. Obviously, you got 30 minutes, so you've only got a chunk of the storyline you can do because it's actually a intricate storyline.
Yeah, but this is also like just what if is just like, hey, a little short
Snippet of this.
kind of a snippet. Johnny yawns, I yawn. That's how it works. What other things would you like to see? Like, do you want to see? And I'm throwing out just blanket ones that I've seen. Like, one would be, what if the Mandarin wasn't like? What if we got the real Mandarin in Iron Man 3? There's another one of what if Thunderbolt Ross got the Hulk serum instead of Bruce Banner? Basically, what if we got Red Hulk before?
Are we going to specifically say just stick with the movies then? Or like one per movie? Or are we going to just like go off the rails with this?
You know what? Let's be fun.
Because I'm going off some of these movies.
What would you like? Like, if you want to go off the here's what I'll say. The rumor is they're going to go off of the movies.
Okay.
But if you have one that you're like, hey, I know this doesn't go along with the movies, but I would love to see it as a curveball thrown in. I'm not going to tell you not to say it. It's a podcast. They want to hear it.
What if the Punisher's family had not been killed?
Oh, what if the Punisher bonded with the Venom symbiote?
Yeah,
How about that one? They
I wonder
can't do Venom symbiote.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can they do that? What if everyone knew Daredevil was blind?
Okay.
Or here's one that I just came across while I was thinking about that one. What if Daredevil had killed the Kingpin?
Kingpin's interesting because they can use him, right?
I think they can.
They can because he's a Daredevil villain too, not just a
Spider-Man.
Here's a question that I have. Do they throw in any X-Men or Fantastic Four into this if they branch away from the movies?
You can, possibly.
Is that how they...
I'm going to wonder if
though?
they're going to, though, because they still haven't even touched them in the MCU. But you also have Doctor Strange. There's two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Strange, what if he does not become the master of the mystic arts?
Or one that I'm saying, what if magic is his apprentice? Where it says here, the X-Men's Ileana Rasputin, Colossus's younger sister, or little sister, had one of the toughest upbringings in the MU. As a child, she was captured and grew up fast in a hellish limbo dimension. Once she returned to Earth as a teenager, she used her mystic knowledge and teleporting powers as magic in the New Mutants until she was overtaken by the dark forces within her. In 2018's What If, Magic, Leah Williams, and Felipe Andre look at what would have happened if Magic had ended up training with Doctor Strange, Marvel's Sorcerer Supreme. While the Marvel Universe's Magic and Strange have worked together, this world Strange was more of a mentor. He helped Magic control her abilities and set her up to become the next Sorcerer Supreme.
What if Doctor Strange were a disciple of Dormammu?
Oh, shit. You know what I'm really thinking about? Ultron. What if Ultron was successful? What if he killed the Avengers? Or in that one, the one I really want, what if Quicksilver didn't die?
That'd be interesting.
Like,
then do you have Hawkeye die in that one?
What if Hawkeye died instead?
Yeah. Like he didn't go over there and use his body as a...
That changes Endgame quite a bit, though.
Yeah, he doesn't use his body as a shield.
Oh, shit. Fuck. That changes Endgame completely then. Because how... So I'll ask you this.
I mean, this changes the game a lot now that I'm starting to remember each time that it is a cartoon and not a... Because what if Wolverine killed Hulk?
Yeah. But let me ask you this. If they changed that Ultron to where he didn't throw himself in front of Clint and Clint died, how do you think then Endgame plays out if Natasha and Clint are not able to have that fucking moment?
You have to have two other people that...
Who would it be then?
Question is, who was there that could have done that?
Who would have sacrificed themselves? And it would have been...
Steve or Tony.
Impactful. Yeah, I mean...
I'm just saying.
I would have kept that the same because I like how Iron
I'm just
Man
trying to think
went
of
out.
who like you could pair up that would actually matter. Because I don't know if you can really do Nebula and Rocket.
Yeah, but they would like the thing that made that so impactful too is like Clint and Natasha were part of the original.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm not even saying that. But what I'm trying to say is, what pair could you put together?
Yeah, but
that would actually make it impactful. Of like because they also have to actually care about each other.
Yeah, and I'm saying like to your Nebula and Rocket, it's like, but they're the Guardians.
That's
like,
why I said
the Guardians aren't the Avengers.
That's why I also said no.
Yeah,
but that's my main part is they don't like they're not like that close. They never had that like relationship made. So it's like, who do you put in that like grouping? Because like you don't have Bucky and Steve to throw in there because Bucky's dusted.
Bruce
and
Natasha.
Could do Bruce and Natasha.
It's got to be. Like, that's the only, like, because then, oh, shit. That makes it so much deeper then. Because think about this. You take Clint out because he's dead. You put Bruce in there. Natasha goes, I have to do this. Bruce says, no, you don't. Like, we can, like, Bruce is thinking logically like a scientist. No, there's a way we could get it without having to sacrifice you. Then when Hulk tries to snap everyone back, it makes his line of, I tried to bring her back. I really did. It makes it
harder.
so much more impactful. And maybe like even at that point, like because of what have then now happened in this what if, maybe he's tearing up now as he says it. Because it's like, I was there. Like, it's my fault she's gone and I couldn't even bring her back now.
What would be the interesting part of that though is, could she throw herself over if she was going up against Bruce, half Hulk?
I think she'd find a way.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a different dynamic, but I mean,
For
she's
sure.
fucking Black Widow. She can do it. Woman power, Johnny. Come on.
Yeah.
Get with the times.
I was more so thinking of her trying to defeat
I
a
know.
Hulk.
It's the Hulk is the Hulk, man.
Trying to defeat a Hulk.
Not many people can. I forgot how in Endgame he was switched into Professor Hulk.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would probably be the only one I could think of. Any other ones that you want to throw out there?
Trying to think of movies and what to go along with. What if Rhodey never got the War Machine suit?
That's another one that people are throwing out there. What if he never became War Machine? Now I'm just trying to think of Spider-Man ones. The Fantastic Four one is interesting.
What if Spider-Man never became a crime fighter?
There's that one. I'm trying to think. What if? Because for Homecoming, what if the Scorpion actually found out who he was?
Yeah. I mean, that would be a whole, like, a
What
tale after.
What if Vulture actually tried to kill Spider-Man?
Yeah. What if Vulture didn't show mercy?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, who else? What other movies were there, though?
What about the event? Is the Avengers movie just Marvel zombies?
Maybe? I don't think so. What if the Avengers didn't win the fight with the Chitauri?
Mm-hmm. Because the most, I'll say the coolest thing about this is, guess who the narrator of this is?
Who?
The Watcher.
Really?
Yeah, they already who did they cast?
That's pretty cool.
He's from, I haven't watched the show, but he's from fucking Westworld. Is that it? The fucking HBO
Never watched
show?
it either.
Yeah, that was one that I had never watched. Oh shoot, what's his name? I can't find it. But basically, he's the main African American actor from Westworld. I'm just gonna fucking look up Westworld really quick and see that on IMDb because it's gonna kill me. I've got a video in my YouTube that has his name, but I obviously can't pull that up on a podcast. Let's see. It is Jeffrey Wright. That's it. Jeffrey Wright is going to be the Watcher in Marvel's What If. So it's going to be completely narrated by the Watcher. More as like
cool.
hey, I've been watching. This is kind of like a what if things
What if
went
this
different
happened?
because they can't get involved with anything.
So you said, like, in Iron Man 3, what if it was the real Mandarin? So that one would be a cool one.
Mm-hmm. What if Bucky didn't? I had like a yawn that was going on in my mouth. That was weird.
Bucky didn't break his
Or
mind
that.
control.
I was going to say, what if he didn't fall off the edge of the...
That'd be for the first one, technically. But
Yeah, exactly. What if Steve fell off? Instead of Bucky, and then we get, what, Captain Comrade?
Captain Comrade.
Instead of Captain America?
Captain Moscow.
Captain Mosca. Any other ones you think?
I'm trying to think
that
of.
we need
I'm trying to
throw
go
out
through the
there?
movie list in my head now. Because let's see, we kind of. I would say, what if Bucky didn't either? What if Bucky didn't break his training, or what if Hydra didn't get revealed?
What if T'Chaka never died for Winter Soldier?
There you go.
Let's see. Now I'm trying to really think of. I'm trying to think of like
You mean
Phase 3 and stuff.
Civil War, though.
Yeah, that's Civil War.
He died in Civil War, but yeah, what if he never died for Civil War?
Mm-hmm.
What if?
This is something we'll obviously come back to. This is coming out in. Let's see. I think I've got the picture still in my. Let's see. Where's that Marvel timeline? There it is. Nope, that didn't give me what I wanted. That gave me just the, hey, here's what they are. Here's not when they're coming out. I thought I sent it to you. Here it is. We are.
What if
getting
Steve
it.
also signed the Accords?
Oh shit!
Because that would also
That could be a fuck. Because that's
that would also
Civil
mess
War.
with that would mess up Civil War completely.
Mm-hmm.
That would mess with Infinity War because then they'd be a full team still.
Yeah, it would. They wouldn't be broken up. We wouldn't have the little phone of like, hey, call me on this little Chinese flip phone. That the only reason why we're putting this in here is for that Chinese integration. Because did you hear that?
No.
The reason why they used the little cheap phone
Yeah.
is because they were marketing the movie in China and they wanted that kind of brand integration.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I just saw a cheap flip phone.
I learned that this weekend of why it was like, because if you look at it, it's a cheap Chinese phone instead of an actual phone. Yeah, the picture I have with everything of Phase 4, it's coming after Loki. So yeah, I'm going to say it comes in 2021 because it's right before Love and Thunder for Thor Love and Thunder. But let us know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What would be some what ifs that you would like to see in this? And what do you think about the what ifs that have already kind of been confirmed, especially from D23? Let us know what you're thinking down below.